The Senior Australian of the Year for 2007 is Philip Hereen.
I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and remember just taking off through the air. Didn't realise I'd gone over a 5-metre fence and landed out in the crowd. That was a bit scary. I'd got knocked unconscious for a short time, but I come to sitting above the fence, if you like. The first thing that came to my mind was the fact that I couldn't get out of the car.
I knew that night what had happened to him, because one of the nurses in the trauma told me that this is what he was going to be like.
I've known Phil for about 20 years now, yes, as on a personal level, but I knew him on a fan level prior to that, because I used to follow Speedway and his racing there. After Phil's crash, we waited for his son, oldest son, and Colleen to come home and for any news, and then they came home and told us, unfortunately, that Phil wouldn't be walking again.
Phil was a pretty determined guy, but also a realist. Not everybody who has a spinal cord injury is able to come to terms with it relatively quickly in terms of the effect that it has on one's body. Because he was in the spinal unit and because he was so helpful, and I think the staff, not necessarily me, but the nursing staff, the social, oh Phil, we've got somebody who's feeling really down, do you mind having a talk? We've got somebody who's trying to sort out their housing modifications that they need, and their house isn't really accessible, but we think we can make it accessible. Do you mind if they come over to your place and have a look?
Still good to go.
Oh, be able to get in the car.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't have to use the access cab now for a while, mate, do you?
No,
so you can jump into an ordinary car, which is good. I'm invited to attend to give my view and perception, of what people are about to challenge and have to deal with. And basically it's about getting back control of your bodily movements.
Dealing with being involved in a motor vehicle accident and ending up in a wheelchair, rehab's really hard. And Phil was always there for support, undevoted support throughout really, really difficult time in my life.
Put your head down and your bum up, as we say, and chin up. And that's the good part about it. You just become positive after getting over the trauma. The thing I also get involved in over the last 3 or 4 years, or since 2000, 5 years now, has been family involvement. Families have often got a lot of questions about what to expect when their son, daughter, husband or wife arrive home.
He does presentations at Rotary, and any donations from that go straight to Power and Quad. And the driver intervention program, that's done on a fortnightly basis, and that's where he goes and talks to young offenders, and they show footage of what can happen to you, which is Phil, when you're driving.
The program's facilitated by people like myself in wheelchairs and Phil Hereen, who I got involved nearly 10 years ago, I suppose, with the program, because you don't need to be an expert in road safety to have a discussion with the clientele we have, and the idea is to get them to confront the issues and look at what they're doing out and about in the roads, or they're speeding, drink driving, drugs and driving, and just get this invincibility that things can happen and things can go wrong. And unfortunately, it will go wrong at some stage.
He loves life and he loves doing things for people. He gets great enjoyment out of it.
Whenever I've needed him there, he's always there.
The accident actually opened a new pathway for me. I just didn't realise, and it's been enjoyable and rewarding, and I've had very few failures.
My sincere thanks to everyone associated with the presentation of this award. I hope I can do them proud. Thank you.